Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here, Plan with Elise, and today we are planning in my vertical MakseLife planner. Like, took me a second, one of those mornings for the week of November 10th through November 16th. So I will be getting home from Chicago on November 9th, and typically when I get home from a trip, I just need like a little bit of a reset. And I thought that the sticker journaling pack from Live Love Posh, the Moonlit Blooms, would be a really good choice here because it's very like black, white, and gray. And I've always called this my palette cleanser spread whenever I feel like I need a black and white style spread. So I'm just kind of taking a look here at the stickers so I can kind of get an idea of what I want to do. So the first thing that I'm going to do is pull up these washi style sticker strips, and we're going to take this larger one and I'm going to put this down here. Actually, is that how I want to do this? Thinking, yes, we're going to put this here. Trying to get it exactly in the right spot, especially when it's a sticker strip and not real washi, because it's not going to be as easy to remove if I make a mistake. Then we'll just trim off and then do one more. I just like to put my knife cap back on because I don't trust myself to not make a mistake and cut myself. And then this one, so I talk about this a lot. When you're pulling these up, I try to put it on my hand because they tend to curl up a bit. And when they curl on themselves, there's again another risk of ripping. I don't want that. And then this piece I can probably put back on. The other one I felt like was too short and I wasn't going to reuse it. This I feel like I could reuse. Okay. Now I'm going to pull up Black Boxes by Mojo Jojo Plans, and we're going to take these boxes that are a little bit smaller than a square and put them right here. The sticker pack from Live Love Posh does have boxes, but I'm not going to have enough for what I want to do here, I don't think. So we're doing it with these boxes, which is fine. And then we'll add these in. And already this feels like a very soft, neutral spread, which is exactly what I know I'm going to want coming back from this trip. Anytime that I travel, I really like to have my planners set up for when I return already, or set up already for when I return, because I feel like then it's done. I don't have to worry about it and I can just get to the to-dos. Now I'm going to grab my custom stickers from Planner Kate. These are today's win. And again, I had these custom made. They don't come in this, but you can order whatever word you want. I just really like this because it helps me celebrate something from each day, whether the win is that I cooked a really good dinner, which was last night's win, or that I got through my to-do list, or, you know, something bigger. It doesn't have to be big, but it's just a really helpful like daily reminder, which I really like and has been my go-to for this space. I feel like I've used different ideas for this space all year long, but this is one that I'm really liking right now, and I don't know if I see that changing. Okay, now what do we want to do next? We've got some really big corner florals. I love a corner floral, so let's take one of these. I also really love that these stickers are all on paper. I know that not everyone loves the paper backing. I do. I just find them easier to pull up. I find them great because I don't have to cover anything up when I'm using them. It's just like my favorite style of sticker. And then we're just going to kind of go with this like geometric pattern there. I feel like that's really cool. Then we'll need a box. So based on the space here, I'd like to use the shapes versus just like regular boxes because the shapes are in here, so why not use them? we're gonna pop this one right in here and just kind of do it in a different style than it's oriented. And then let's do another one down here. Okay, now what I can do, I'm coming back here. So these were the boxes I was talking about. We have 4 header boxes, 6 quarters, and 2 fulls. So I can't really use I mean, I can use these, but I won't have enough. So what we're gonna do here is add in our bullets. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 18 times 4, 72. So we definitely have enough. So I'm gonna come in with these. Now, these are laser cut, so they may be a tiny bit harder to take off the page, but when you pop them up, that definitely helps. And this is where I'll be able to have my to-dos for 5. I think we're gonna do 6 instead of 7 because it's gonna help me kind of gauge how many I need from each. And then we'll continue here. I alternated these because I don't love when the bullet points are all next to each other. Just kind of one of those things. Put this down. So these bullets are a tiny bit more time consuming to put down. My default is I just want to grab my dot marker and use that instead. But again, because these bullet points are here, I may as well use them. They're part of the sticker journaling pack. Okay, now that we have that down, let's grab Planner Kate sticker. And actually, I just had a thought with these today stickers. That wasn't even why I pulled this out, but we're gonna take a trash day sticker and put this over here. But I was also thinking, wait for it, if I could pull this up. It may not be that easy because these are sticky stickers. Imagine that. Put this down, give myself a little gray today header right above it. And then this one, I probably could do the same thing with. No. Trying to just get a good chunk underneath that. Put this here, and then get this today header above it. And then we have some consistency too with the trash day and today. So now for this top part, I'm gonna put another today bullet here and then come back in with these bullets. So just kind of alternating the colors between these 4 that I'm using. Ugh. I do like these bullet points. I feel like the black ones, I'm gonna try to avoid using those because they're a little bit harder to see when you check them off. I could always use a white pen. I also kind of know, most of the time, when I'm looking at my to-do list, I kind of know what's been done or not. But sometimes I'm like, wait, did I get to that or not? Then it's harder to remember. Okay, now let's come in with one of these florals. And then I think I want quotes. Yesterday while filming a video, I used an older Hell of a Plan quote sticker book that I haven't used in a long time. Here it is. And of course I didn't put it away, so it's easily accessible. Rainbow Quotes, Volume 2. I like this because there's a lot of different color options and also different vibes. I like this one. It's not about having time, it's about making time. That's definitely a mentality that I've had lately. I've had for a while, but lately I even feel like it's more pronounced just with things being so busy between work and travel and plan with Elise and wedding prep. Like, there's so much going on. Okay, I may have gone too big for this. So instead, let's use a smaller box here. See if this one's a little bit smaller here. Okay, what we're gonna do for this one, even though the pattern is so pretty, is we are gonna trim it just because I'm not gonna have enough space otherwise. And I like to make sure that every day it has a box. And then maybe we don't use this one here. Let's use this one and kind of pair it with that floral. Oh, this needs to be trimmed a little bit somewhere. Maybe, maybe not. Here, it's this leaf. I don't mind the florals overlapping, but I felt like this was gonna go too far across the page and I didn't like how that was gonna look. Put that there. Okay. That looks pretty. You can kind of see that like edge, but it's fine. It's only something I'm looking at because I'm aware of it because I put it down. I don't think it would be really obvious. Like when I'm actually using my planner, I probably won't remember that it existed. Okay, now let's come back to our darker grays. Let's go with 1, 2. And again, I'm just trying to alternate these so that they're not all next to each other. 4, 5. And then we'll go over this a little bit. 6, and then I need my today header. And go right here. And then we have the box, we have the today, so now is a good place that I can put in another quote. So let's look for a quote that'll fit nicely over here. How about this one? A funnier quote. The first 5 days after the weekend are the hardest. Especially like on a Thursday. Thursday is my like, let's just get to the end kind of day because Fridays, I'm no longer working my regular job. Fridays tend to be a plan with Elise day, but it's a little bit easier, a little bit lighter because I can just kind of be my own boss on Fridays. Okay, now I didn't want to use any scrapbook paper in this. There's a lot of the really cool scrapbook paper style stickers in this sticker book, but I feel like I've been using them a ton lately, so I just kind of wanted to focus on the actual stickers. I mean, not the actual stickers, you know what I mean? The different stickers that are not those. So we're going to put this down. Let's also kind of use a smaller one that's going to hit the edge a little higher. And then another geometric element kind of right on top of those, like that. I think that's such a neat look. And then what do we want to do here? Let's do bullet point here. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we can do our today here. I could also, that's crooked, like a tiniest sticker, easiest sticker to put down, and I put down crooked. Not a surprise. Okay, then we'll do the same thing here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna shift gears for a second and come back to my fun shapes because I want to include maybe this one over here. And I want to be mindful of the space when I put the bullets down. Okay, so now I also have these two next to each other. So let's say we put today right here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can put this today right there where my shadow is going over. Otherwise, I'm going to lose count right here. All right, so now that I have those in, it's a little bit easier because I can kind of map things out in a similar way to how I do my big spreads. Once I know where things go, everything else starts to fall into place. I don't actually have much going on this week. I mean, Monday I have a Patreon Zoom. And it's actually the Patreon Zoom that's called our co-working Zoom, where we get things done. It's a productive Zoom. And so anything that's on my to-do list, I can work on during that Zoom. In the October one, I worked on memory keeping. Sometimes I clean my office. Sometimes I work in my planners or do administrative work. So that's a nice Zoom because I can just, take something from my to-do list and really focus on it for that hour. I've worked on my book in the past. So that's Monday. And then Saturday, we have Friendsgiving, which will be really fun. One of James's sisters and her husband, actually the sister who our engagement party was at their house, they host a Friendsgiving every year. Last year, I think it was actually the week of Thanksgiving or the week after Thanksgiving. But this year it is the 15th, which will be nice. It'll be a little bit earlier, kind of get us into the Thanksgiving spirit. And then this final one, after the light, we're going to this gray. So that's really it. I'm sure that other things will come up as they always do, but after traveling to Chicago, it'll be nicer to kind of have a little bit of a quieter weekend. I'm also really trying to be more intentional about that. It can be so tempting to fill the schedule with plans all the time, but I also know myself and I know that I need, rest and recovery and resetting. I think we all do. It also depends, I think, on how you recharge. I am someone who recharges by melting into my couch and watching some kind of, documentary on Netflix. James tends to be someone who recharges by being around people, like hanging out with friends. I'm not always that person, but I love my friends. It just doesn't always feel like a recharge for me, because I feel like my energy level gets really high when I'm around people, which is great, but then I get exhausted as a result. I think we're going to try this box instead. The other one was feeling a little bit big there, or this shape. It's not really a box. Okay, now let's come back to, rainbow quotes. And there should be a really nice quote here, maybe something about Fridays. Maybe not. I mean, there are things about Fridays, but I don't know that you need it here. Oh, wait. If I put a quote here, I'm not going to be able to put one there, which is fine. So let's make it count if we're going to just be putting one. I don't know. I'm indecisive all of a sudden. I'm not usually indecisive with these. I see one and it immediately speaks to me. I definitely want to use the black though. By doing what you love, you inspire the hearts of others. That's really nice, especially on a Friday. Because Fridays, again, are the day that I focus more on Plan with Elise. All right, that's cute. I like it. Now, on the sidebar, I want to use this quote. She turned her cans into cans and dreams into plans. We're back in a quote era, apparently. Okay, now what's next? We've got this little gap over here. I'm not completely objected to leaving it blank, but I also figure we have so many cute stickers. Let's use them. Especially because I know I'm probably not going to be doing much outside the house that needs to be noted in my planner. It's going to be to-dos, and then we're going to Friendsgiving. So it's not like I have duplicate plans in the day. Some days I do have not duplicate, but multiple plans. That's the word. Let's just put this one over here. Just kind of filling in that space a little bit. I think that that's really pretty. Okay, habits. So back to Planner Kate. These are more custom stickers. With Planner Kate Customs, you cannot use my code Elise20. However, I will still link customs in the description of the video, because if you're signed up for Planner Kate rewards, you can use rewards for a discount on customs. So I would definitely recommend signing up for Planner Kate Rewards if you haven't already. And I have more custom stickers than fit in the sidebar because I've kind of been changing them up throughout the year. Whatever feels like it's going to work best for me in that week. Okay. Are we finished? I think we're finished. This is really pretty. Now, at the time of filming this, I will say this set is actually launching the day that I'm filming this. So I don't know if it's available anymore. If it is, you can use code Elise20 for Moonlit Blooms. And I think that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.